Wow. What a way to end Phase 1 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And this is the final part of Marvel Month for this year. Let's talk about the Avengers movie. The Avengers is the biggest and most anticipated film, at least before all the films we have now, in the universe of all the Marvel characters. And they finally give us a little tidbit of what Thanos, the most threatening villain on screen in history, looks like. They only show the corner of his face at the end of this, but he looks absolutely intimidating. It's just baffling to the greatest extent that they go with this film. Everyone comes together and they work so perfectly. The action scenes, which... Sorry, I'm working on another video, and these are here. Also, I got a top 7 list, but that's gonna take a little bit, because I gotta watch all the films, because I have seen none of them yet. Some of them. But I have to say this. All the characters work great off of each other, and the action scenes are amazing. The grand scale is even grander. It's even larger. It's bigger. Like, they have a fight sequence throughout, New York? I think, is where they have this battle. And Loki. Okay, why did you guys bring Loki back as the villain? He doesn't work. He's not threatening or intimidating. He's just silly. But he's funny as hell. His actor is funny as hell in this. And you can tell he's having a great time, once again, as Loki. I think it's Tom Hiddleston? Please tell me that that's the right guy. I can't remember. But I do want to say this about the Avengers. I really, really enjoy just how much thrills and everything that there is in this film. The opening sequence with Loki attacking Nick Fury and taking down the original Avengers base, I think it is, or a S.H.I.E.L.D. base. And the whole ground comes apart, and the effects are breathtaking. They are extraordinary. Nothing like I've ever seen before. I'm aware that I have 2 purple bracelets on. Don't mock me for that. But all I have to say about the film is, if you want to see a good action film, this is the way to go. It is such a treat to see all these characters. Iron Man returns in this, and right after this he gets his final solo film. It's his final one. If you haven't seen Avengers Endgame, it's his last one. Captain America comes back, and his story arc as of Endgame is also completed. Thor comes back, he's getting a 4th movie, and the Hulk, who should not get another solo film because his story arc is also complete in Endgame. Thor's the only one who doesn't have that, but whatever. But at least we get a new guy who has a little bit more of the spotlight. Hawkeye. Hawkeye was introduced briefly in Thor, the first Thor, like 2 films before this. And wow. He's actually pretty cool. Like, the guy who plays him, I'm sorry, I'm terrible with names, especially actors that I haven't seen in that many movies and for that long on screen. But he's actually pretty good. And in this, he's a lot better. In the Avengers, he's actually given a lot more of a spotlight. And in Age of Ultron, we actually get more of a backstory to him, sort of. Except the movie takes more of a directional turn towards him. And we finally get to see that he actually has a family now. If you haven't seen Age of Ultron, he does retire. But I do believe that he comes back later, I think. I only made it to the end of Phase 2. But we're ending Marvel Month with Phase 1. I'm out of time. And calendar's back there looking through the camera. I have until the end of the week to get all these videos out because next week we're going to Virginia. Me and my mom spending a few days in Virginia with my half-brother. And I finally get to see the Atlantic Ocean for the first time in my life, and I finally get to go to a real beach for the first time in my life, and I get to leave the state of Pennsylvania for the first time in my life. Not to boast, I just feel like sharing. and I like sharing my thoughts with you guys on movies. So, a little something that I wanted to tell you guys about is, you noticed that I did a VHS opening and closing yesterday. That was because Good Burger is one of the best Nickelodeon films of all time. It was on my honorable mentions list. If you haven't seen that video, it's literally in my Phase 1 playlist of videos. Like all my vids, Phase 1, the first 100 videos, and Phase 2, which we are in now. See, after every 100 videos, for those who don't know or haven't figured this out yet, I'll explain it. After every 100 videos, my channel goes to a new phase, meaning it's the same thing, just a new line of videos going up to 100 of them. Or in this case, the first 100, the second 100, third 100, and so on. There will be a 200th video special, so, you know, hence the name 200th video special, and then after that, Phase 3. So yeah. One more thing before I go here, about the Marvel films. If you haven't seen Guardians of the Galaxy, and you want to know what Thanos looks like completely, he's revealed in that. Don't want to give anything away, but let's just say, he's revealed a couple of films after the Avengers. And my God, Marvel Studios made a really fucking intimidating looking villain. I can't wait to see what he does in Infinity War when I make it to that one. Anyway, I have been your host, and thank you so much for sticking around this long for Marvel Month. And if you'll excuse me, I have an unboxing video.